The Eredivisie has a traditional big three. Ajax, the biggest and most successful Dutch club, and then PSV and Feyenoord. But there's a club only 30 miles from Amsterdam with an unbelievable fan base and a fierce rivalry with Ajax, making them the perfect team for a rebuild. And that club is Utrecht, a team built around the community, but they have no league titles or European success. And we're going to change that. They've had big names play for them, but the club always feels like a stepping stone. So we're going to rebuild Utrecht until we win a European trophy. And of course, we have to make sure we keep it realistic. So if you love in-depth, realistic career modes, then this is the perfect place for you. Make sure to hit like, hit subscribe, turn notifications, and enjoy this Dutch rebuild. And this is what our starting squad does look like. You might recognize a few players. Obviously, the most famous one is Haller up front. At 31 years old, he signed as a free agent and is going to be crucial, especially in these first couple seasons when we're just trying to secure our space as one of the better teams in the league. Iqbal as well, obviously came through at Man United. I'm very excited to use him. I did think he was a good talent. And at 68 rated, 22 years old, he could definitely become a key player for us. We were given 11 million euros to spend, but we've already spent 4 million of it to sign this five-star scout looking for a Dutch centre-back. Obviously, there's been a lot of good ones over the past, so we're looking for the next Van Dijk. But if you don't know about Utrecht, they sign a lot of players that aren't even professional or from lower leagues, and they use their youth academy a lot. So we're going to try to keep it realistic in that sense. Obviously, we're a bit limited because it's only the top Dutch division. So I feel like youth academy and then other European leagues as well, we're probably going to put most of our focus. And here's a quick rundown of the tactics as well. As you can see, we're going for mega width. We want both fullbacks overlapping, the wingers staying wide, but then Iqbal can fill into that space just in front, get balls into Haller, and hopefully be a big threat in aerial duels. I have noticed right back is an area that I might want to improve in this first season, or at least bring in a second option, because we have Hormans here who can also play centre back, and then our backup is actually all right, but I would quite like an attacking player that's very good at overlapping. I want to bring in someone, you know, that I've signed in this first season. We're going to make one sign-in, but I think I've already found the perfect player for us. And that man is Pinto Pedrosa from the second German division for 1.6 million euros. As you can see right here, 17 years old, 65 rated. So he's not going to be a starter for us, but we wanted to bring in some more youth into the squad. And with his potential, he could definitely grow over a few seasons to become our best defender. Fingers crossed anyway. And obviously, because we need to win a European competition to end this rebuild, I think the first season, our goal's got to be top 5. Qualify for any European competition in first season. The fans are so good and they deserve stability, and that's hopefully what we're going to bring to them. So top 5 in the first season with only one signing who's not even a starter. So with their current squad, I think that's definitely going to be possible. And we are in the Europa League as well. So maybe just a nice little run, make it out of the league phase, make it into the round of 16 quarterfinals. I think that would be a successful first season to show that we've got potential to do even better in the future. So this is that squad going into the first season. Obviously, no changes to the starting 11, just tactical changes, and hopefully that will be enough to see us get a top 5 finish, which I definitely think is more than achievable. But we'll get into the season now, and I'll be seeing you at the end of it, and hopefully we have some success to report back to you. And I mean, we somehow won the league in season 1. I was saying a top 5 finish, and we've gone and won it. Their first ever Eredivisie title after being formed, I think, in 1970. And first season with LL FIFA in charge. And we've bought them a league title. And this is how that team was looking for the majority of the season. We were definitely underdogs. Maybe not, you know, Leicester level. But there were some very key players that we'll get onto in a minute. The midfield was so good, but we are now going to be running into an issue where some of the biggest teams around Europe want some of our key performers. That's the issue. With success in a not traditional top 5 league, comes with a lot of your biggest players getting poached. And look, even halfway through the season, our left back, if we have a look at him now, 80 rated, got bought by Tottenham for his release clause of 15.7 million. We didn't bring in a backup in that window because we already had a half decent backup left back, and I thought we could do without, and clearly we could. And then David played the whole season, but he wasn't happy and wanted to leave, so he got sold to Stuttgart for 4.3, so he'll be leaving at the end of the season as well, and we might even have to just lose some more players. Look, Sebastian Haller got 20 goals, 6 assists, and 5 and 2 in Europa League as well, which is very good. And by the way, we did make it to the quarterfinals, but then we did get knocked out, so it's not a bad first season for that. And then Johan, 10 and 10, 6 and 5, up to 80 rated at 23 years old. When I say we might lose more players, he's the one I'm looking at. I think we might be able to, persuade basically everyone else to stay. But Johan, like, I don't think we can reject too many offers without saying it's unrealistic. And then we're going to go to Iqbal. Zidane Iqbal. He scored the winning goal in the final game. As you can see, the league title was so close. It did actually come down to win the last game, win the league. It was a 1-0 win. And Zidane was the scorer. He added so much energy into that midfield. And he's going to be such a key player for us. The only other player that might be looking to move on is Ngwanda. Obviously, I've managed him before. I think it might have been for Anderlecht. Mistake me if I'm wrong. And he was so good. He grew so much. And he already has this season up 6 ratings, 23 years old. And the only thing is, he's already had offers from about 3 different clubs around Europe. But because we're league winners, because we're going to have Champions League, I think, realistically, we can convince him to stay as long as a team doesn't come in for him that is like top level. So hopefully it's just the left winger we're losing, but we'll have to wait and see. We have been given 29 million euros to spend this summer. And I know we're champions, but we're not going to be spending probably anywhere near that amount. Hopefully anyway, because if you want to keep it realistic, that's a lot of money to be spending. But looking at this team, there are some areas that definitely need improving. So we have actually promoted Pedrosa to the first choice right back, even though his rating isn't there. Because of his age and when he was playing, I felt like he just offered a bit more on that right-hand side. And then our first choice right back, because he's a backup centre-back, has now moved into the first choice centre-back. Merkin's currently our left back, and I feel like we do need another left back. Midfield, we lost 2 or 3 because of loans and sales. So another midfielder or maybe 2 mixed with youth and experience is going to be crucial. Backup striker, we're fine because Ohio is an absolute baller and he's still young. But obviously, the left winger will probably be leaving. And Blake was very excited when he played the young English winger. But beyond him, we've got Jonathan's as well. But I feel like we could do with someone maybe a bit more ready to start than them two. So main positions are a left back, a winger, and a midfielder. And then maybe some backup elsewhere. But obviously, we're probably going to have at least one big sale this window. And obviously, talking about a winger that's ready to come in and start. Have a look at this guy right here. I know he's only 70 rated, but he is 21 years old. And he's got 7 goals in the first 12 games this season in the Norwegian League. So could it be a good chance to try and snap him up early before, other clubs get interest? He's definitely one I'm going to be looking at. It's just a debate because he's going to be replacing potentially our best performing player last season. So I'm going to think about it, but it is definitely someone that is tempting me. Lads, this has been a difficult window to say the least. So have a quick look at how much business has been done this season. I'll quickly run you through them as quick as I can. So we did bring in that young winger from the Norwegian League. We also brought in this guy right here, just over 4 million. He was playing in the Dutch league anyway, but for a smaller team than us, we're the champions. We can have that confidence. 74 rated, going to be a very good midfielder for us. And then we've brought in Visser, a free agent Dutch centre-back, 70 rated, 19 years old. He could be crucial for our future, looking for a European trophy. Then Kathleen went to Crystal Palace and has jumped up to 83. But we did get 54.7 million euros, so we can't complain too much. And then we loaned out Jonathan's to Espanyol for 1 season, just to make sure he gets minutes. We then sold Brouwer, as you can see right there, for 400k. We sold Jensen for 3.1 mil. Didden for 2.2, Finson for 1.6. Then we bought in Fluke for 4.3 million, as you can see right here, 74 rated, 29 years old, not too bad at all. We also bought in Vidovic, a free agent young left back who's going to be, again, crucial for us. And we bought in Fluke because Rodriguez went to Tottenham. I mean, I got an offer for 45 million euros from Spurs for one of our wingers. He's still not even old. Have a look here. How old is he? He's like 23 years old. I couldn't say no to him. He wanted to go. So we have lost 2 of our 2 highest rated players. And we've bought in a lot of players. We've also let go of some. So we're now trying to shape it into our own squad that are maybe going to be here for the next 3-4 seasons. Not just have one good year and then leave. Because I feel like that's going to be crucial for Europe. The thing is with a club like Utrecht, if they go on to have success, like winning the league and stuff like that, what's just happened will happen. Some of their best players will get signed. You see it all the time. But if we're signing a bit more niche players, a bit cheaper, a bit younger, they might be willing to stick around for the journey. And that's what we're hoping anyway, because it's, we've got to win a European trophy here. And it's going to be difficult if everyone keeps getting poached. So this is now what our squad is looking like going into the next season. There's no more business can be done. Our squad's changed so much. The starting 11 obviously has changed a fair amount as well. So this season, top 4 will be absolutely perfect. But either way, I think it's about time we finally get into that season, and I'll be seeing you at the end of it, hopefully with a top 4 finish and a nice little Champions League run, maybe. Okay, we were expecting a drop-off, and third is absolutely fine still. We've got a chance to qualify for the Champions League, and we did finish above Ajax, so the fans will definitely be happy with that. But we did just miss out on making it to the Champions League playoffs this season, but so did Bayern Munich as well. So if we're on the same level of them, I will definitely take it. It's our first season in the Champions League in this rebuild, so the fact that we managed to win 2 games and draw 2, we only lost 4 from 8. I think that's a respectable attempt from us. And this is now what that team is looking like. You might have noticed some players' ratings, like Ostbo, up to 76. The gamble was definitely worth it. Zidane Iqbal is up to 78. Ngwanda, he may leave at the end of the season. He's now 81 rated. There's a few players you need to know about. So firstly is Baka from the Youth Academy. I've been keeping it a bit on the down low, me investing into the Youth Academy, because I did say at the start, that's important for a club like this. And Baka, 18 years old, 74 rated. He's one for the future. Fisher as well is now 71 rated. Vidovic, 73. Pinto Pedrosa is 73 rated. Gambling as well on him to start this year. Very important. Ohio as well got a lot of minutes this season, now up to 73 rated. So like I said, the squad's more growing as a collection rather than individuals. And I feel like in the long run anyway, this is definitely going to benefit us. Look, Ospo was our top goal scorer. He ended up with 17 and 5 in the league. Sebastian Haller had a very good season. But because the wingers went from traditional wingers to a bit more inverted, he got 9 assists along with the 13 goals. He was much more important in creating chances. Blake, Adrian, the English winger, 9 and 6 and up to 74 rated. He's a very exciting talent. Iqbal, 4 and 3, very solid player. Vidovic, 3 goals and 2 in the Champions League, by the way, from left back. And now with him and our right back, there's so much more comfortable overlapping, and it's making our game overall way more effective. Look, back of 14 games, 4 goals, 2 assists, average rating of 7.34. If we do lose a player like Ngwanda, someone else can drop, and he might even work his way into the starting 11 at this rate. And this is what our squad is looking like before any signings for Season 3. And I think we're going to have a relatively quick window. We're going to try our best to keep hold of every single player. We've had a chat with Ngwanda, and we've both agreed he's going to give it 1 more season. As long as no massive teams come in for him, he's happy for 1 more year before he moves elsewhere. Because of retirement, centre-back, I feel like is an area that we should probably improve. Depth's going to be so important, having to balance the league and Champions or Europa League, whether we make it through the qualification or not. So I feel like maybe just 1 sign in this window, if we're able to keep hold of everyone. And that might be us done. Because the board have given us 73 million euros to spend. And obviously, we're not going to be spending that. That is just a stupid amount of money. And in the first qualification round, we do actually have quite a tough matchup here against Nice. So it's not going to be the easiest thing in the world. But if we do drop down to the Europa League, it probably gives us a better chance of winning it this season. This year, with the squad, with another centre-back to add in the Europa League, I would say we could definitely win it. Champions League will take a few more seasons. So, you know, we'll play the cards as they're dealt, but it is definitely a positive sign that we're only really needing one sign in this window. And as you can see, over these few seasons, we've been investing a lot into the coaches, which is obviously massively helping with our wingers and stuff like that. All the youth we brought into this squad, these coaches are just speeding up their development. So I think within the next 2-3 seasons, a European trophy could definitely be coming back to Utrecht, and the fans, boy, they would love it. And our only signing for this window is actually Blockskjit. I'm going to call him Block, okay? Block from Groningen, in the same league as us, but obviously we're performing much better for 9.6 million euros. But it's the only bit of business we're doing in this window. This should be the perfect signing for us. 22 years old. He's got good speed about him. 74 rated with decent potential. Him at centre-back, he's got the youth, but he's also got the current rating and ability. It's adding more depth to this squad. I think it's a really sensible signing. So our squad is probably good enough to compete in the Europa League, But if someone like him has a breakout season where they play 20 plus games, they're putting up so many goals and assists, they grow in ratings, it can just transform our team completely. Don't want to put pressure on him, but I'm expecting big things from him this season. Hopefully by the end of the year, Baka will be looking into the starting 11, and hopefully we have a big game to play. But that's all in the future, and for now, this is what our squad is looking like going into this season. Hopefully Haller is still good enough by the end of it. We'll have to wait and see. He's getting on a bit, but we've got backup, and the squad I'm very happy with. With more development, another season blending together, because obviously we had loads of changes last season. This year's a bit more stable, only the one in centre-back. I think we could push for the league title again this season. And depending on what competition we're in, Europa League, I'd say semis. Champions League, maybe quarterfinals, make it difficult for a big European giant. But either way, the team is ready, the fans are ready. It's time to take Utrecht back to the top of the Eredivisie. And as you can see, we did finish second in this third season. And before we show you any European progress, we had a big tactical shift a few months into the season because we thought we needed to freshen it up. It wasn't going fantastic. And when we changed that, our form was completely different. Well, it actually does make more sense for me to show you the European progress first, because you'll see in a minute why. But we did lose the Champions League playoffs, meaning we dropped down to the Europa League, but we did finish 8th in the league phase, which put us straight into the round of 16, where we beat Hearts with absolute ease. There's no surprise there. We're much better than them. Quarterfinals, though, 5-1 against Lyon over 2 legs. Semi-finals, we beat Napoli 5-3. And we're facing Newcastle in the Philips Stadium to potentially complete the rebuild and win a European trophy. Yeah, I went and showed you the new tactics, and then I realized you could see the Europa League background, and that was a bit of a giveaway. Obviously, Baka is suspended, and he's 80 rated at 19 years old, and crucial to how we line up, which is a big issue. But on paper, it doesn't look like too much of a difference, but when we go into the tactics, you're going to see exactly why it's different. We've got a high 80 line height with a balanced build-up style, but most of the time we kind of play short passing. It's all about high pressing, making it impossible to escape, and then when we've got the ball, control it a bit, slow down the game, but as soon as we lose it, we're on them. Basically, we've got attacking wing backs, which means they're literally wingers. We've got 2 inside forwards. We've got Baka just controlling everything. We've got Iguanda dropping into a centre half when we've got the ball. So it's a back 3 with the ball. And then Iqbal and Baka in midfield. 2 wingers on either side. And then Ohio, purely for his pace, become our starting striker. He's got like 90 plus pace. And when we're pressing like that, it's just so important. Like, this goal we scored perfectly sums up how we were playing under these new tactics. We win it back with our striker dropping in to press. And then it's pure domination on the ball. We chip it out wide, no worries, knock it back, no need to rush. We play it back again. And this is against the team Go Ahead Eagles, who at the time were like 6th in the league. But it's all about controlled possession. And just have a look how beautiful this is. They can't get near us with the ball. And then we've got out wide with Blake. We cut in, we put the ball across, and Augsburg gets another goal. As you can see, Osbo's now 83 rated. That gamble, like, that is a world-class gamble. 20 goals in the league, 7 in the Europa League. Ohio, look, 13-5 in 26 games, which is kind of, those 26 games is kind of when we shifted our tactics. We played like 5 to 10 games with the original, and then we decided a change was probably needed. Blake, 7-8-5-2. Baka, 8-8, 4-1. But very good average ratings in both competitions. And I said he could be crucial to, you know, whether we succeed in Europe, and he was. Like, he's gone up 5 ratings, now 80 rated at 19. And he was so important. And it's such a shame that we're not going to be able to use him in potentially our last game. So this is how we think we're going to counter losing back. We've put Fluke in there just because he's a bit slower, a bit more technical on the ball. And we've still got the wingers then with the speed. It's going to be tough. And like, I'm really not too sure about this one. But we're in the final. Anything can happen. We've got experience on the bench for big moments. It's going to be tough. But Newcastle versus Utrecht, the fans, this is going to be some game. Okay, I've got the ball over to our centre back. We're trying to take control of the game as early as possible because Newcastle love to counter-attack. So we do need to be careful with our high pressing. It could go really bad, but this is exactly how we want to play with the overlaps from the fullbacks. We found out to Pinto Pedrosa. Good ball in. It's a positive start. Okay, we've got it with Blake now a proper danger man of the squad. He's found into Ohio, who's away from Achiampong, who they've signed, and he's through on goal. Surely this could be 1-0. It's too weak. That is half time. A solid performance. We've created more chances than them. We're controlling the game, but they're still so dangerous on those counters. As you can see, we're slightly changing how we're lining up. We're going to go a bit more solid in midfield. We're moving Iqbal into the attacking midfield, and then our new DM signing from a few seasons ago into DM, and Haller for that European experience is coming on up front. I feel like if anyone could bag a goal, it's definitely going to be him. We're kind of ditching that all-out attack mindset of high pressing. We're being a little bit more cautious this game just because of what's at stake. Okay, we've got it with Ospo now. Probably our best player in the team now. He's put a good ball into Blake. Not want to cause too many issues though. And now Zambo Anguissa's got it. And I know we said we're ditching the high pressing, but it's more about picking and choosing when to do it, because we can be played round, but when we've got them trapped like this and force bad passes, we can definitely win the ball back, and it's exactly what we've done there. And it's Blake on the ball now. What can we do? What can we do? He's cut in. He's gone for it. Should have been better. That is full time. It's 0-0. And I mean, in that second half, we went from a team that was constantly pressing to just picking and choosing to try and create our best chances. And we still haven't managed to score. Extra time is going to be tough with how much running we've done. Okay, we've got it with our centre-back now. Into Ngwanda. He's chipped out wide to Blake. Can we win that? We can. Into Iqbal. Into Sebastian Haller. He's played it back over to Blake, which is a lovely pass. Great bit of skill. We're going for it. Blake. That is just an unbelievable goal from Blake. And he's given us the lead with about 15 to play. It's a beautiful bit of skill. And I mean, the finish. It's a joke. That's why I wanted their strong foot being to cut inside, because of moments of magic. Okay, literally, we're about to end the game. We just got to see it out. And surely this is going to be it. We've chipped it long, and it shouldn't matter because we've kept hold of it. And that is Utrecht as European champions. That game was made way more difficult than it needed to be, and it was a moment of brilliance that sealed it for us. But Utrecht are Europa League winners after 3 seasons, and I was thinking, should we go on to do the Champions League? But if I'm trying to keep it realistic, I don't think that's really going to be possible, because players like Iguanda are probably now going to leave, even though we're Europa League winners, just because you can't really deny big European clubs coming in for you. So to win the Champions League, I would have to sway away from realistic. And if you do want me to do that, I definitely can. But with a club like Utrecht, they're so far away from winning the Champions League that it's going to be difficult to do realistic. So for now, we're going to settle for the Europa. But for the next video, if you want me to go all the way to the Champions League and kind of ditch realism, I can definitely do that. But either way, we're lifting the trophy. And what a rebuild it was. Some key performers I'm definitely going to be looking to sign in future rebuilds. And if you have made it this far, thank you so much for watching. And until next time, goodbye.